Hello. I'm going to show you the only way to program drums in Studio One. And by only, I mean the best way to program drums. Let's get into the video. This here's a little song I've made, a beat. And it does have drums for it that I've just currently removed. But the best way to do drums, in my opinion, this is all my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt, I suppose, is to use the pattern editor and then convert those patterns to MIDI files. And then you can kind of like dive in and do more intricate editing. So to do that, I'm just going to click Shift-Command-P, which creates a pattern. Make sure you've selected the right channel, which is the impact channel, which I'm using Collective Kit. Then I like to drag it out over 4 bars, double click on it. It looks like this. So I'm just going to quickly program these things in. This is a step sequencer. You've got a bunch of these different drums here. If you click this little automation lanes, then you get velocity, repeat, delay, probability. You should play with all of those. They're really fun to use. And yeah, I'm just going to have a little click, see what happens. And what you can do, say if I do these two and I'm selected on the hat lane, if I press D, it'll duplicate it. Just a quick way to be fast. Does that make sense? And repeat's fun. If you just like click it and then you turn it up, it'll make it like repeat. You can get kind of wild with stuff. I'm not going to do it now, but it's a cool little feature. Probability is cool too if you want it to happen less often. These are just little ways to kind of add a little bit of randomness and humanness to a programmed drum beat. So next thing to do, and if you're only using one particular pattern, what I would probably do is just duplicate it. If you hold Option and then drag it, you'll get a duplicate of it. That's just because when we convert this to a MIDI file by pressing G, if you don't have that pattern saved, you're not going to be able to go back to it without like Control Zing and getting back to the pattern editor. It's a little bit annoying, but it's pretty easy to get around. So now we're in the MIDI editor. And this now allows you to actually go in and easily change up stuff. So say in this, like this is all repeated, right? So now I might want to, add another kick in every now and then, or maybe add a fill in, or just change stuff so it's not all exactly the same. You could also highlight everything and right click and go humanize, which is a musical function. I like humanize quite a lot. Just kind of mess with the velocity slightly. Maybe you want to drag it all just a little bit. These little things all add up. They don't sound particularly significant when you're kind of in this particular moment, but when you do this over a whole song, the drums are just subtly changing. It just adds this kind of flavor, I guess. It feels like somebody's drumming, which I think is a really nice kind of feeling. There's obviously cases where you don't want there to be any randomness. In that case, you might just keep a pattern editor open, but if you do need a little bit of fun, this is a fantastic way to do that. Obviously, then we can just duplicate it as we like. You can merge it all together by, again, pressing G, and you can dive in and do further editing as you kind of see fit, I suppose. And that is the pathway that I would be doing drum editing myself. And that is how I do it. I start with pattern, and then I convert to MIDI. And then if I need to, I'll right-click and go transform to audio track, and then render all channels. And then that's going to launch them out in full track formation. So you have like kick, snare, hat, etc. If you want that audio view, so that can be helpful too. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, hit like, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. If you use Studio One, I've got a bunch of free presets that you can download below. just an email sign up. You'll also sign up to my email newsletter, which I send weekly, just little fun bits and bobs that I'm kind of doing in the production world, tools that I'm using, all that kind of stuff. If you are in need of a producer or a mixing engineer, you can check out some of my work in the description below. Have a great day. I'll catch you next video. Bye bye.